Boom, boom, this is Kendra, everybody. Welcome back to Shining Beyond. So I'm not going to call it Shining Beta anymore because they're out of beta finally. So I'm happy to report that this did not fall on the wayside. I know a lot of times, and if you've done any mobile games, especially a lot of mobile games as they're overseas in Asia and whatnot, I have experimented with games over that way on titles that I've liked, and a lot of them don't even make it to global, or they fall into a beta stupor and they just stay there and never come out. This game did not. So what has changed? Well, a few things have changed. None of them are really bad. Happily, one of the things that I was worried about when it came out of beta was we were going to see an entirely different monetization scheme. Um, uh, this game did not do that. Thankfully, this game is very free to play. It is one of the most free-to-play friendly games on the market. If you're not playing it, you should be. Not only because I do videos on it, and not only because I'm saying it's free-to-play friendly, but because when you get into the game and start playing it, you will see that it is free-to-play friendly. It's very, very noticeable on the fact of how fast you'll be able to get your characters, how generous they are when the events. And I'm going to go through that a little bit more in depth here and show you what it's like, and we'll see. Basically, biggest change in terms of item, or I should say SSR requirement, is in the Forge. The Forge is a very important option in this game, primarily because the Forge is what gives this game and makes it stands out as very free to play. A free to play game is a game where you can enable you to get what you're looking for. Okay, for instance, my team. The tier list, there's people who've been putting out tier lists and whatnot. The tier lists are pretty much the same. They haven't changed, even though there has been an entire skill set leveling. People are calling it a nerf. It's not really a nerf. If you're new to the game, you're not going to notice that at all. But if you've been a heavy user that's been playing since the beginning of the game from beta, and then from now until they went into production, there's been a slight skill set in terms of some of the characters. Not really nerfs as such. They've just made things a little bit more. I consider it sort of like leveling the playfield, and I am wholly for that. I don't like games that have overpowered characters. Although in this game that would not be much of a problem because of the fact that you can get all of the characters fairly easy. A lot of games fall into the trope of making super powerful characters, and then they make them extremely difficult to get. I don't like that. I think all characters. You want characters to be able to do what they're supposed to do. I want Athena, who is in my consideration, the best warrior in the game. I want her to be a warrior, okay? So I want her to have a warrior skill set, okay? And she does have an excellent warrior skill set, okay? Block chance up, thorns, reflects damage back. She uses her defense to do damage, which a warrior, you're going to stack her defense, nothing, and her health will not fill one hit point. Okay, so this is an excellent warrior skill set, and that's what she's designed to do. And I want my rogue to be a damage dealer. Okay, and that's what I want her to do. And she does direct damage and plague, which is so that damage skills. So that's what this game has a very excellent formula, and the fact you've got your basics. You've got your your warriors, your rogues, your acolytes, okay, and archer. That's what you've got, and they do what they're supposed to do, and they don't make any type of one skill set character overpower and overshadow the others. You need to have one of each, and that's what you should have on your team. You should have one of each on your team, and you should have. I would try to focus on SR characters primarily because they're so easy to get, but you will get tons of shards for SR characters, as you can see here. I've got tons of shards, as you can see here. I can bring a lot of these up to 6. I'm going to have to go through all of these and determine which ones are one I want to focus on, and then I'll use the shards to work on other characters. From that standpoint, there's only 2 characters in the game that I don't have, and that's Nico and Lucille. I will get them eventually, but I've got a full set of teams, so I can focus on what I want. And this is my main team: Athena, Shizu, Amelia, and Kane. And then I substitute Kane. I was one of the Kane's excellent for PvP, excellent damage dealer. And obviously, and Artemis and Amico, they're good as well. So there's all of these characters are feasible. So don't worry if you don't have those. It's just some are a little bit, teeny weeny bit better than the others. So let's take a look at what's changed. As I said, if you go into the Forge, the biggest change that I noticed immediately was the fact that in the Hero Forge, under the Hero tab, this ticket used to be gold. Now it's 500 premium currency, which is the gems. That's not a big deal. 500 is still extremely generous for an SSR ticket. And you just take any 4-star hero shards, which you will get frequently. As you can see, I have hundreds of them. I would not have any trouble making up several tickets to get an SSR character. You get an SSR character. It's not a selector ticket. It's just a summon ticket. So you might get what you want either way. If you've got all the characters, hopefully you'll get one of your main team. Otherwise, you'll get shards. And then those shards, if you don't use them for that character, you can get those when you have the Athena shard, and then 5 hero shards. So either way you look at it, getting the SSR summon is something that you want to focus on a daily basis and get one so that you can get shards. And you can focus on the characters that you want. You can focus on the team. So pick the characters that you want. I'd suggest one of each type. SSR version, you don't need to use SR characters unless you like them. And then focus on that character. You can get shards for each of them here. All the characters have shards that you can get. There's nothing that's excluded. Everything is free to play and from a free to play format. That's the biggest change. So you got a skill set adjustment, which not a big deal. And they changed that one option from your SSR ticket. They did that because people were getting too many characters fast. They wanted to slow progression a little bit. Once you progress, get all the max characters, game's over, no fun playing anymore. So they wanted to slow the progression down a little bit. Which, not much. It's still free to play friendly, and you'll still be able to get what you want fairly quick and use those. Okay, another excellent change. This is one of the changes that I was very upset about when I was playing the game, was the fact that it was exceedingly difficult to use my chests. Okay, see, I have 8 of these here, okay, and I had to open up one, open up one. Now you've got the option to actually choose which one you want, and then you can choose, and you can open up all the tickets at once. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As you can see, I had a lot of these things that are just because I was too lazy to go clicking on all of them. I have to open up one at a time. I understand open up a selector box one at a time simply because I want to select, but now that you can choose multiple ones, that's excellent change that was implemented, and I like that immensely. The progression through your weapons is still the same. It is what it is. You want to try to get 6-star weapons as soon as you can, but work through, get 5-star, work through, and as you get more powerful, you'll be able to get to higher levels where you start to be able to get 6-star equipment, and that's the way it is. It's standard progression, and I'm going to start working through the game again, and we'll start doing that. In terms of heroes, you keep what you've got. Athena, Shizu, Amelia, and Kane are good. Artemis is good. Amikio is good. Ultima is pretty good. Jenny is an excellent rogue, as is Mifang. Freya is excellent. Beretta is excellent. Characters, if you look at the screen, anything that is in rainbow, says SSR in a rainbow format like this, that means it's an SSR base. Anything that shows SSR but doesn't have a, like this one right here, means that you leveled up the character. It was an SR or an R base, and it was leveled up using shards to an SSR. So that's how you tell them apart. There are some good SR characters in here, but because of the availability of SSR characters, base SSR characters, it's really no need to focus on those unless you just want to because of the graphics. Your SSR characters are going to be a little bit more powerful than your SSR characters, just as they are in every other game. There's been no change on that whatsoever. Okay, so that's good. So yeah, everything's good. Focus on your dailies. Go into your guild. Okay, do your daily guild quests. Okay. As you clear out these daily guild quests, that will allow you to focus on some of the daily quests. Once you complete the daily quests, that will progress you through to completing your weekly quests, which will complete you through to your monthly quests. Okay, and that's what you wanted to do. And as you can see, you get bukus of rewards. You get all kinds of items and whatnot for completing these events. See costume dust. which is used for purchasing costumes. So yeah, everything is in here, and as you can see, a 6-star hourglass there. That's for that star gear dust. So yeah, everything that you need in here, and you get a lot of that tower currency, and you get your value knights for your shop. Let's talk a little bit about the shop. Shop is an excellent place. You can get a lot of what you need just by using the in-game currency. You don't have to purchase it. And as you can see, there's bundles that you can get that have all kinds of, King's Armory bundle. See, so as and you get this playing the game, so you don't have to worry too much about focusing on that. And here's a Royal SSR Summon ticket. Okay, so it stays the same. This is from your event. As you can see, the event is very friendly. This event allows you to get gear selectors for Alkalites and Rogues. That's what you want. Do the event, farm the levels to get this. In this case, it's turkey. The turkey, I think, what are they called? Turkey. I can't remember what they're called. But this is what you get for doing the event. Okay, and it allows you to get gear selector equipment. That's what you need. It allows you to focus on what you got and what you did. So they are turkey tokens is what they're called. Okay, this is going to be ending in 3 days, and then they'll come. I assume the next event that pop up will most likely be their Christmas event. So yeah, so no change. That's the same event that they were using. It's no change. They make it very simple. get it high as you can. Farm it as you farm higher levels. You get more turkeys. It's very simple. They're not going to make anything difficult here. They're not reinventing the wheel. They've taken the wheel and made it free to play friendly. So yeah, so that's what it is. So you're not going to see anything different. Summons not changed much at all either. Okay, step up summons. Again, if you're interested in that, then you got the Shining Festival summon. This contains different items. Shizu is the featured for this one. Like if you have Shizu, like I do, and you want to get shards for her, this gives you a chance to get Shizu, so that you can get more shards for her to level her up. They got another featured summon as well for Domenico and Makoto. Okay, and then they have Warriors and Alkalite summons, which is here. This is where you can summon specific characters based on their class. The Grand Hero summon. This is actually new. I'm not exactly sure, why it is in terms of it's just basically it's the summon that you use for every other thing that uses the standard tickets. So but why they're calling it new, I don't know. But this is what you'll be pulling on most of the time, because this right here is all characters. There's nothing excluded. Okay, and then as you go through, if it's a character that you want, like this will be a banner that I would want to pull on. But understand, this takes a special. You cannot use your summon tickets for that. You have to use the special summon tickets for that, or you can use the in-game currency at 2,700. Okay, and you're guaranteed to get an SR higher here with the summon. So you're at least guaranteed to get SR shards, which are used to make the tickets. Remember, the 5-star summon ticket, SSR summon ticket. Remember, it's 4-star SR shards. Okay, you see how everything's leveled as you play the game and do this stuff. Even if you don't get what you want, there's an option to take what you don't want and make it into something that you do want. So that's the basic format for a free-to-play friendly game, and they have hit it right on the head here. They've done an excellent job. So there hasn't been really much change from what it was on beta. Still a good game, still an excellent game, still very free-to-play friendly. And when you get to a point where you can't progress much further, you always just focus on your dailies, making things stronger, focus on getting the equipment, and just making your character stronger, and you'll progress through the game. It's not that difficult. It's got a pretty good story. The story is actually not that bad in terms of some of the mobile game stories out there. So, it's the same as it was before. There hasn't been any change in the story from when it was on beta. So if you played it in beta, then stopped, and are just now coming back to it now that it's in global, they're not going to be changing the story. So that's the same. There's just a few changes in terms of, you might notice that you have to make a minor adjustment on your team, because maybe one of the skills that you had for one of your characters is maybe not quite as powerful as it was before. but it's not going to be to the point where it's like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous, I'm quitting. It's not like that. It's not a nerf. It was more of a level set, because there were some characters that were really really massive. One of them was Jenny the Rogue. Was just a nightmare. You could get her in there, and she was, I mean, she was just she was just a terror. I mean, the other team would be crawling because she was inflicting slow on them, so it was just ridiculous. But yeah, but they made level sets now, and it works a lot better. I did not see any. You know, I played through some of the levels as I'm starting to progress through. I haven't seen much of a change. I seem to think, in my terms at least, I've noticed that Athena seems to be a lot more survivability. I've got her. She was my main focus because she is my warrior. She is my frontline. I noticed that she's lasting a lot longer on some of the event stages. So in terms of the level set, I think she might have got a little buff. But other than that, everything seems to be great. So yeah, so I'm welcoming everybody back to the game, and I'm going to start doing some more videos on it now that it's out of beta and they did monetize it. I didn't want to waste a lot of time playing the game in beta, get really familiar with it and enjoy it, and then when they switched to global, they did a complete and utter destruction like they did on Goddess of Genesis. It made me gun shy. But they didn't do that. Game's the same. Very few changes in terms of what they did, and they kept the core there. It's still very free-to-play friendly. All right. So thanks a lot for watching the video. And remember, you can subscribe. Once you've subscribed, you'll see a bell. If you click on that bell, ding ding, you will get notified each time I drop a video. So thanks a lot for watching. It's Kendrick coming at you from the corner, signing out.